That space, creating that space of those five things, but also recognizing that whatever that activity or behavior does, you're not defined by that. Because grace covered them. To those kinds of, because that brokenness, emblematic of the shame, is in every single one of our lives, every single one of our families. And the trust that God's grace is sufficient.
That Christlike was talking about reminds me of the neighbor who goes out. Says, believing life has an unbelieving husband. Skepticism or the opposite scenario that you can, by the example that you lived before, that's kind of what you're talking about. I think that's how come Maynard finally became a Christian, was watching his wife.
She made him happy and God made her whole. That's what she did.
That's part of the story. Part of the story is the son left and the father continued to watch the horizon. And so many of us are just like that father, are waiting for that moment so that we can run. The mother heart of God, the father heart of God, that we connect with that.
And I'm watching the same thing play out with one of my kids. Same exact.
Yeah.
Exact. But I'm better now. I'm better at recognizing it now and not.
Better at, like I'm getting better at recognizing the areas of shame. And that's where people hide. And how can I be vehicle of vulnerability, safety, trust, affirmation, belonging, valuing that individual to recognize that I didn't make it Thursday to coffee because I got on the phone. You were the only one I saw. I was on the phone with my daughter,
Yeah.
and I hadn't talked to her for a long time. I was, so cute. You didn't make it so, but I was talking, and we were dealing with something that was a struggle, but it was like the timing of that conversation, I needed to be in the right space to be the dad who could listen to what she unloaded for 14 minutes. She never stopped talking. And then she listened to me for about 50 minutes after that. And, but this was a dad. As a dad, I got to, and a grandpa, I got to, and God had taught me something. I wouldn't have had the right words a month ago. I wouldn't have. And the beautiful part of it was I just got to say, I'm so proud of you. And yet, man, she's in a mess, And it's like, I want to fix it, but I can't. I got to let God do it. And so all I could do was listen. And you know what? I think that's huge, is if we learn to listen without judgment and just say, I'm so glad you told me. My fix-it part has, here's the 3 steps, and it's like, and it doesn't help sometimes. I gotta learn when to speak, like you said. It's like, zip it. Zip it. God will heal it. And the grace, the seed that I'm sowing of grace is just being a listener. And a safe spot. That's the safety part. I'm a safe spot.